ho, 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 ho. What's up, yo? It's another great day inside the Real Progress program, alright? How y'all doing today? It is Christmas Eve for me. Merry Christmas to all of you guys inside the Real Progress program. It's another great month that we're about to end off in, and we're gonna go into 2026. And we're starting off that new year in the indoor track season. A lot of y'all have been getting big PRs, so I'm so proud of you guys. It's been a great journey. It's been a great journey. I mean, especially for me as well. I don't want to brag or anything or talk about me the entire time. But now that I'm ending this year, 2025, I can just look back from January and where I started. Totally big difference. I mean, I was running 216, injured, no hope, on the ground. Lights were cut off, guys. I had no hope. Everything was crazy. I was overthinking. I had nothing. And now, I'm a 155 runner. I'm on the path of hitting 150. I created a program where I can help all of you runners go sub 2 and become better each and every single day as a runner, helping you to strive your goals of running at college, helping you to strive your goals at becoming that state level runner. And come a long way. Come a long way. I never thought I would have started this Instagram or TikTok or program where I could help everybody else go sub 2. And I have a bunch of much bigger plans coming for 2026. You guys don't even know, but it's gonna be huge. And I'm so happy that I was able to spend this great amount of couple of months with you guys, posting content each and every single day. And I'm just very grateful. You can be very grateful as well. Be grateful, especially if you believe in God. Ask Him, thank you, Lord, for all of this that you've given me this year. Hope for new PRs this coming year. All right, so that's all fine and nice and everything to talk about. But today we got a lesson on our hands. We're going to be talking a lot about discipline, guys. And I want to get started with, if you can't hit your paces when you're tired, you don't want to be fast, okay? You want to feel good. Hard is not the problem. Hard is the point. At some point in history, look back at this. At some point in history, people will look at unexplored land and say, that looks difficult. That looks dangerous. That looks hard to get. And that was the reason to go, right? Not the reason to turn around. The risk made it exciting. The difficulty made it meaningful. The fact that most people wouldn't even try was the entire appeal, all right? That's how you're supposed to feel when something is hard, especially for sub 2. That's hard. That's why you want it. You should feel fantastic when you want to achieve something like that. Finally, something difficult. Finally, something that demands something from you. Finally, something that filters people out. All right? Most lives are too easy now, too comfortable, too padded. Wake up, scroll, eat, repeat. No demand, no pressure, no standard. And then people wonder why they feel empty, why they feel restless, why they feel like they're capable of more but never even touch it. You don't need motivation. You need a challenge. You don't need motivation, you need a challenge. Difficulty is the universe telling you something is valuable. If there was a diamond at the top of a mountain, nobody would need to motivate you to climb it. You'd understand immediately. The climb is the price. The difficulty is the cost of admission. You want the diamond, so you accept the mountain. You accept it. Training is the same. It's the same exact thing. You should be excited that you get to climb. You should be excited that it hurts. You should be excited that it's demanding. Because the people who don't want to feel that way, people who don't want to feel that way will quit, complain, and disappear. And you won't be one of them. When everyone else is talking about how hard it is, and complaining, making excuses, you should be smiling. Hard is amazing. Most people hear hard and think it's a reason to stop. I hear hard and think good. Hard means fewer people will do it. Hard means less competition. Hard means what's on the other side actually means something. That's why you don't shy away from difficult training. You don't avoid exact paces. You don't negotiate reps. You don't water things down so they feel nicer emotionally, right? You lean into it more. Because what we're really talking about isn't even hard. It's not. Let's be honest. This isn't suffering. You're not being asked to do something impossible. All you're being asked is to show up, to run the workout, to hit the paces. The paces that are written on the page, to do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next, and the next. Most people can't even do that. They want one heroic day, one perfect session, one big emotional breakthrough. But they won't give consistent effort every day. And that's all it is. If you give everything once in a while, you get nothing. If you give a reasonable effort every single day, you change completely. That's not hard. That's consistency. People love to talk about how difficult success is, how brutal improvement is, how extreme you have to be. But at the beginning, you don't need perfection. You need ugliness, and you need reliability. You need to show up 30 days in a row at least, without excuses, without lies, without emotional bargaining. Most people can't do that. If you can show up, follow the checklist, and hit the work as written, you're already ahead of the majority. I'm telling you. That's why the program is built around a daily checklist. Because progress doesn't come from how you feel. It doesn't come from how you feel, guys. It comes from what you do. And that's the reality of it. If the workout says a pace, you hit the pace. Not because you feel good, not because you're motivated, but because that's the assignment. The clock doesn't care about your mood. The stopwatch doesn't respond to excuses, right? You don't train based on feelings. You train based on standards. People ask for motivation because motivation is easier than discipline. They think it's easier than discipline. Motivational is the same thing as emotional. Discipline is mechanical. Discipline says this needs to be done, so I will do it. There are days you don't feel motivated to train. That doesn't matter. There are days you don't feel motivated to work. That doesn't matter. You don't need motivation to breathe. Right? Think about it. You don't need motivation to breathe. You don't need motivation to take a step. You do it because it's just required. You have to get somewhere. You have to do it. You have to breathe. You have to live. You have to do it. Once your mind is right, motivation disappears as a concept. Disappears. You just execute. You don't feel hyped. You don't feel discouraged. You feel neutral and precise. You do the work because it needs to be done. It needs to be done. That's how you get fast. That's how I went from 216 to a 155 in the 800. Not by waiting to feel ready. That's what I thought I used to think. I had to feel ready for this. Not by chasing inspiration, what I thought I needed. By deciding that the work was non-negotiable. By hitting splits even when I didn't even want to. By following structure even when emotions said slow down. It's always in my head. You don't become elite by feeling good. You become elite by doing what others won't do. Repeatedly, repeatedly, repeatedly. If your life had no difficulty at all, would you respect yourself? Come on. If every workout was easy, every task required nothing from it. If nothing ever tested you, would that make you proud? Would it? Difficulty is what gives meaning to effort. Hard is what builds identity. And here's the part most people miss. It's not even about intensity at all. It's about continuation. You don't need to be perfect. You need to keep going. You need to stop quitting. You need to stop restarting. You need to stop breaking promises to yourselves. And that's why you look into the 30-day challenge. Show up, do the work, check the box, repeat. That's it. People talk about how hard, like it's the massive wall. But most of what stops people is inconsistency. They skip days, they miss workouts, they soften standards, they make excuses sound so reasonable. You don't do that though. You don't do that. You decide what you're alive for, and then you act in alignment with it. You decide that you are someone who executes the plan, and then you do exactly that, regardless of how you feel. That's discipline. And once you understand this, you stop asking for motivation, because motivation is a distraction. It's this. It's noise. It's something people look at or look for when they don't want to accept responsibility. You don't need hype. You need standards. You don't need speeches. You need consistency. Hard isn't something to run from. Hard is confirmation you're on the right path. So stop hoping it gets easier. It doesn't. You get stronger. And that's what makes it easier. Mentally. And if you do this long enough, you won't need reminders like this anymore. You won't need this program anymore. You'll wake up, look at the checklist, and do the work every rep, every praise, every day. That's your progress. And it all just becomes easy. You do it for the love of the game. You do it for the love of the game, honestly. And you're going to realize that you're going to take into consideration that it actually wasn't that hard. People make it so much harder. People come up to me complaining, excuses, talking a lot for no reason. It's not that hard. Running isn't that hard. I went for a run today, 30 minutes. Track workout. It's not hard. It becomes easier the way you look at it. It becomes easier showing up every single day, putting in the work, loving what you do. That's discipline, and it turns to motivation, but you always need discipline behind it. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for being the greatest students in the world. Y'all keep on progressing. Y'all keep on doing the work. Keep grinding each and every single day. I love all you guys. Wish your families a Merry Christmas. Spend time with them. Have a great time. But get your workout in. I know it's Christmas. Still get it in. All right. And New Year's, get that in too. No exceptions.